EPA's first 100 Days Mirror Project 2025 Priorities, Redefining Environmental Oversight. The U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, has unveiled a comprehensive list of 100 actions undertaken during President Trump's first 100 days in office, signaling a significant shift in environmental policy. These initiatives closely align with the Heritage Foundation's Project 2025, a conservative blueprint advocating for deregulation, fossil fuel promotion, and the decentralization of federal authority in favor of state control. While the EPA emphasizes achievements in site cleanups, regulatory compliance, and environmental stewardship, a closer examination reveals a concerted effort to realign the agency's mission with the objectives outlined in Project 2025. Deregulation and fossil fuel prioritization. A central tenet of Project 2025 is the rollback of environmental regulations to bolster domestic energy production. Reflecting this, the EPA under Administrator Lee Zeldin has initiated several actions. Relaxation of air pollution standards. The agency has eased enforcement of air pollution standards for coal plants, allowing operators to request exemptions via email, effectively bypassing established environmental safeguards. Reconsideration of the endangerment finding. The EPA is reevaluating the 2009 endangerment finding, which serves as the legal foundation for regulating greenhouse gas emissions under the Clean Air Act. Withdrawal from the Paris Agreement. Through Executive Order 14162, the U.S. has officially withdrawn from the Paris Agreement, signaling a departure from international climate commitments. Administrator Zeldin has been vocal about the agency's new direction, stating, "We are driving a dagger through the heart of climate change religion and ushering in America's golden age." Curtailment of environmental justice initiatives. Consistent with Project 2025's recommendation to dismantle the EPA's Office of Environmental Justice and External Civil Rights, the agency has canceled nearly 800 environmental justice grants, including those aimed at aiding vulnerable communities in adapting to climate change impacts. Reorganized scientific research functions, effectively diminishing the role of independent scientific analysis in policymaking. These actions have drawn criticism from environmental advocates who argue that they undermine the agency's commitment to equity and science-based decision-making. Decentralization and state empowerment. Project 2025 advocates for a shift of environmental regulatory authority from the federal government to the states. In line with this, the EPA has completed 25 state implementation plans, including 16 that were previously backlogged, to expedite the transfer of environmental regulatory responsibilities to state agencies. Established the Office of State Air Partnerships to enhance collaboration with state governments on pollution control measures. These measures aim to empower states to tailor environmental policies to their specific needs, reducing federal oversight. Budget reductions and workforce downsizing. Echoing Project 2025's call to reduce the size and scope of the federal government, the EPA has proposed deep internal cuts. Proposed a $300 million budget cut, which critics argue could severely impact programs like the Chesapeake Bay Restoration Initiative. Reuters announced plans to reduce staff to 1980s levels, potentially affecting the agency's capacity to enforce environmental regulations effectively. These reductions raise concerns among environmental advocates about the agency's long-term ability to fulfill its mission. Positive aspects and operational achievements. Despite the controversies, the EPA's 100-day agenda includes several initiatives that have been positively received. Accelerated Superfund and brownfields cleanups. The agency has made substantial progress in cleaning up legacy contamination sites, facilitating redevelopment, and reducing health risks. PFAS monitoring and response expansion. The EPA developed a method to detect 40 PFAS compounds in water, demonstrating targeted progress on emerging contaminants. Disaster response and community protection. The agency responded swiftly to environmental emergencies, deploying air monitors after the Roxbury MA fire and cleaning up properties post-wildfires in LA. Administrator Zeldin emphasized the agency's commitment to both environmental protection and economic growth, stating EPA wasted no time following President Trump's directive to pursue clean air, land, and water for all Americans. What can we expect to happen next? The EPA's first 100 days under President Trump and Administrator Zeldin reflect a significant realignment of the agency's mission, closely mirroring the objectives outlined in Project 2025. While the agency touts achievements in site cleanups and regulatory efficiency, critics argue that the broader deregulatory agenda may undermine long-term environmental protections and public health. As the EPA continues to implement its new direction, stakeholders will closely monitor the impacts of these policies on both the environment and the communities they are meant to serve. You've been listening to Sustainability Soundbites by E&E Leader. For partnership opportunities, reach out to a member of our team today.